started making names right away. And I loved it. I was robbing drug dealers, and taking their gold right off their neck. And the shit we did, who's going to call the police on you? A drug dealer?
I can identify with anything that was normal, to be honest with you. But I was born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. Yeah.
99% of the time, you're going to disagree.
Just like the Donnie Brasco situation with Lefty?
Yeah, because the reason why, they figure it this way. You brought this guy around, he ratted on everybody, now he ratted on you. You might turn around and join him and rat on us, so we get rid of you. There's no connection between there and there, and they get rid of you.
In Alaska, did your parents come and visit you? Did you have like a visitation with them? Did they come up there or anything?
Nope. I'll just tell the story real quick, and there's some people that know it. I said when Kung Lee interviewed me, I think I brought it up. I graduated from 14, because you can only go to that school till you're 14. Then I had to go to school up in Oscoda, Michigan on Wordsmith Air Force Base. And I saved all my money, mowing yards and things throughout the years. And I always dreamt I was going to buy a car and I was going to go back home. And I graduated when I was 16 with honors, with offers to Good Officers Training Academy. And I took that car and I drove from Oscoda, Michigan, all the way back to Sacramento, California. And I knocked on my mother's door. And I said, "I'm here." She said, "What the fuck do you want from me?" I said, "Obviously nothing." And I drove off. I went to downtown Sacramento. And I had just maybe probably a little over a quarter tank of gas in my car, no money in my pocket. And so I found this building downtown. It was an abandoned building. And so what I did was I parked my car and I'd sit all day long out on the porch stoop. And at night I would sleep in the car. During the day, I'd go to like the Wendy's, because back in those days they used to have a cellar bar in the middle of the restaurant. And they would just give you a yellow salad plate. So I'd go find someone that left it on the table. I'd take it in the bathroom, went out and wash it and rinse it off. And then I'd go out there and I'd eat salad, or I'd wait until Burger King and McDonald's threw out their food from the night. And I'd eat that way. And I had an aunt, my Aunt Sarah, God bless her soul. She wasn't very rich, but I'd find my way over to her place every now and then, and she would fatten me up a little bit. But I was sitting on that porch stoop, and this old man came by. He asked me if there was something wrong. I said, "Man, get away from me, you F," And so he sat down. He said, "Hey, talk to me. I could offer you a job. I'd give you a place to stay. You tell me." And I said, "See, you're an F and blah, blah, blah." And he pulled out 2 cards, and he was a construction owner, company owner, and he was a minister. And right then, it was like something in my heart. I remember that moment like it was yesterday, bro. Something in my heart said, "Trust him." And I did. And he turned out to be the greatest man I ever met. And the trip about this is, a lot of people, I'm not trying to get all religious or anything, but a lot of people say there ain't no God. They say I'm stupid for believing in God after 250 surgeries and all this crap. But bro, you tell me, I'm in the middle of a town that I don't know nobody. My family don't want nothing to do with me. This old man come up out of nowhere and offered me an opportunity of life. I took him up on it. 3 months later, I met his granddaughter. I've been married to her for 38 years, got a 37-year-old son. So,
wow.
People could look at life how they want to, but I'm gonna tell you what, That man was my dad. That man was my mentor. That man was my savior. That man made the man that created greatness in the sport. See, a lot of people want to think that they created it. You know, they don't want to give credit. Bro, I'm one of them dudes that I'm not in front of you. I'm not behind you. We side by side, or we nothing. And her grandfather, and I remember it and I told this story on my show. I was sick, and he came in, he grabbed me by the back of my collar, put his boot in my ass, and threw me in the truck. He said, "You digging ditches." I think it was 15, 16, 17 hours, something like that. And I was pissed. He come up that night to pick me up. He said, "You learned anything?" I said, "Yeah, but you're an asshole." He said, "Wrong answer. You're gonna be digging ditches again tomorrow." He said, "What you should have took from it is the world don't stop for you. You create responsibility. You take care of responsibility. Don't call in sick. Ain't nobody gonna pay your bills." And the weirdest thing is that means more to me now than it meant to me when he told it to me. See, I don't know why God gave me such an opportunity to have such a tremendous man in my life. But a lot of people say I should be mad at my mom. My mom didn't tell me she loved me till I was 30, bro. But she also told me why she shipped me off. And I got the best 3-4 years out of life with her, you know, until she passed. People say I should be upset that I had to live the way that I did, but I wouldn't be this man. I wouldn't have been the man that stepped up, took care of my family. I wouldn't have been the man that stepped up. Because, you know, I don't like to brag about stuff. I'm not, man, a lot of people want to make life about their accomplishments. But the only thing I told my wife, because I ran worldwide corporations, I was a chief engineer for the Hilton. I'm a very intellectual man, an intelligent man, but I love this sport. And the only thing I promised to my wife when she said, "Go live your dream," I said, "I'm gonna put my family's name in the history books." People laughed at me. People thought it was funny. But here we are, 39 years, baby.
How many rings you got again? How many rings?
5. Here's actually my latest one.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna put down the thumbnail.
Yeah, you know, I don't usually brag about things like this, but I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because I found out something in this sport. Because my friends come and go, so I don't have a circle of friends. I have a dot, and I'm not a pencil. I'm an eraser. So if I erase you from my dot, I erase you from my life. I got very few people in my dot. Those are my ride or dies. Like, if I call one of them up and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be on the corner of Glenstone and Battlefield, I need you to come get me," no matter where you at, you're gonna say, "Give me 2 days, I'll be there." So those are the people that are in my dot. See, this industry will teach you real quick, because it's very cliquish. You've done shows with the mob and things of this nature, and you know about the mob. All of us do. Well, I worked for the mob. When I first got into boxing, it was mob ran. So
Yeah, it's either you deal with them or you don't do it. Right?
Well, be honest with you, I like the way they ran the sport. Compared to the way it's ran now, I like the way they ran it. You didn't have none of this bullshit. You didn't have. It's become a clown show, bro, on some levels, like that power slap and, phone booth fighting and car jujitsu. But people say, "Oh, Don, it's because you're old. It's because you're from a different era." No, it's because I love a damn sport that I dedicated almost December 12th will be 40 years, yeah, 4 decades that I've been in this sport.
And they're just making a mockery of it, basically.
Yeah, you know. But I'm like we brought about the ring, man. I wanna retouch on one thing. See, I would usually never wear this, but I'm proud of it. This would just sit in my box like.
Me, I'd wear all 5 every day. What's up? What's up?
It's not about that for me. It's not about my walk in the sport. Ain't never been about me, bro. Ain't never gonna be about me. But the reason I wore this today is because it's like people in my diet, other people that I never thought that I would get the disrespect. It kind of tripped me out, bro, but I feel it. Like we was talking about before we went live. I feel it because they're the ones putting their life on the line, you know, stepping in that ring, that cage, that mat. They're the ones that train 6-7 days a week, 2 times a day, starve themselves, you know, and they don't get that opportunity. They don't get the opportunity to get one of these. Why should I get the right to have 5? You know, I feel it. You know, it's not like, see, for me to like wear this is almost like a slap in their face. Let me explain why. I truly love these fighters. I truly look at a lot of them as my kids. I've truly built multiple world champions throughout my career. And I've seen very few get opportunities to be in the Hall of Fame. And especially in the sport of boxing, half the time, well, most people don't know you got to be out of the sport for 2.5 years even to get into an international Hall of Fame. And then most of the time, you're already dead and your family's having to come accept the award.
Yeah.
See, bro, it's like I said about that old lady that falls and you drops her groceries and you help her. You gonna be one of these people? Or you gonna be one of the people that keep it right here? And I'm one of them people that keeps it right here. See, I'm proud of this because this one really meant something to me. And I would never wear it with the intent of disrespecting anybody. But see, people need to understand that I've kept my mouth shut for 39 years. And I'm still gonna keep my mouth shut. But there's one part about this that people need to understand. I promised my wife I'd put her in history. I did. I'm the only 5-time inducted Hall of Fame photographer in boxing and in MMA. And that's all, man, that's the only thing I'm proud of. Because I kept my promise to my wife. It ain't about showing nobody up. There's this kid named Nate Wren that I'm teaching right now the business. I help a lot of people, bro. But this kid is special. I see me in this kid. So if I could teach this young kid to jump without making the mistakes that I did, hell, bro, I'm going to in a heartbeat. And this kid, I want him to surpass me. I want him to do better than I do. So that's the thing about me. And like I told you, I don't go on a lot of shows. I turn them down. But I want people to do better than me. And it's not that I like that challenge of trying to catch up. No, man. Life is supposed to be that way. Everybody's supposed to appreciate and want the betterment for their fellow man or woman. But they don't practice what they preach.
There's a lot of selfishness out there, I think. You know?
Bro, I practice what I preach. And a lot of people for a long time didn't think that I was the same person that you go meet in life, that you meet at an event, that's on my show. I only owe respect to 3 people in this world. And that's God, my grandfather, and my wife. Other than that, I don't give 2 fucks. I don't owe you anything. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna help you, but it's like, at the end of the day, my wife has been there. Man, any other woman would have left me, bro. For think about it, I used to be gone 40 weeks a year. And then she kind of got mad.
For the job, right? For the
Yeah. And
I want
then
to talk a little bit about that, how you got into the aspect of filming things and taking pictures. Like, how did you even get into that?
by accident.
Doing it.
Honestly, I got into it by, bro, I went to my cousin was fighting a little smoker, a little Muay Thai smoker, if that's even what you would call it. And the dude that was supposed to take pictures didn't even show up.
Hello, everybody. My bad. Today's Don's birthday. Thank you all for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Angel, how are you? Red, what's up? Eli, Tracy, Stacy. You can't hear me still? Yeah. Hold on. Can you hear me now? All right. So, damn, now the mic's too loud. What's up, everybody? So today is Don's birthday. Happy birthday to Don. I appreciate everyone who takes the time to watch my show. I got a lot of shows I'm going to be dropping. I'm going to start telling stories about when I was in prison and what it was like to walk in there for the first time being young. And I'm going to tell my first story tonight at 10 o'clock. So don't miss it. The link is already out there. Let me put a background on here. What's good with everybody? How's you guys' Sunday going? So I wanted to bring something up, but I'll bring it up on the other shows. Tonight's show is going to be a really good show. I have pictures to go along with it. It's Mother's Day here in the UK. I was wondering why people were putting Happy Mother's Day to people on. I was like, why are they doing that? So, what the story that I'm going to be doing tonight is going to be about me when I went to prison. 16 years old, I was I walked into MYI, they call it. It's called they call it Gladiator School in Connecticut. It's the place where kids from 14 to 24 go if you get in trouble. So I ended up getting arrested for a home invasion when I was 16 years old. So I was convicted, and they sent me to that prison first, and then I went to an adult prison. And I'm going to explain what it was like to go from a youth prison to an adult prison. But so first, I went to I was in county jail with adults, and then they put me in a youth block, and then I started going to school in the county jail, and then I got bonded out, and then I got arrested again and went back to county jail, and they put me in the youth. I mean, they put me in the adult part, and then they put me back in the youth part. It was crazy. It was always like they were shipping me back and forth because I was on the cusp of being a grown-up. So what happened was, I don't want to tell the whole story now. I want to tell it later. But I turned 18 in prison, and they sent me to an adult prison. And I'm going to explain what it was like to walk into that place being a young white kid from Bristol. It was quite entertaining, to say the least. It's pretty cold outside. I thought it would be nicer. It was nice yesterday, but I have a whole bunch of stuff I gotta do. I got a business meeting I gotta handle, and I got an interview I gotta do. So I'll be back on later. I believe my show is starting at 10, but I'm not sure if Angel's show's starting around that time. I'll change the time. But I appreciate everyone who took the time to watch my show. Happy birthday to Don McGuire. And you guys are going to see part 3 and part 4 are on their way. Go check out part 1 and part 2. And hit the like, subscribe, and notification bell so you can get my videos every time they drop. And make sure you donate. I'm trying to bring things to another level. I'm not on tonight. Okay, I'll leave my show for the same time. So 10 o'clock, don't miss it. Chatting with Staxx. I'm going to be telling some crazy prison stories. And remember, don't be a bitch.